Back again, this time for Game Week 11 Fantasy Focus. Let's get straight into it. Alright, starting off with goal involvement odds. Who is statistically most likely to score or assist this week? And for the first time, someone has actually dislodged Haaland from the top. And that player is the most transferred out player from last week, João Pedro. He's predicted a 65% chance to score or assist against Wolves at home. Last weekend versus Spurs, João Pedro had 5 shots on goal, and honestly, he should have scored more than just the one he finished with. Wolves have sacked Victor Pereira, and at the time of recording, no new manager is in place, so a new manager bounce away at Stamford Bridge feels unlikely. You'll also see Delap and Esteval on this list, but an important detail, these percentages assume they start. Since they're likely bench options, their real percentages will drop once lineups are confirmed, and the same goes for Marmoush. Fantasy Football Hub projects a combined total of just 27 points between all three over the next 5 fixtures. After Haaland's 2 goals against Bournemouth, he sits second with a 63% chance of a return. City now face Liverpool. Liverpool appear to be stabilising. After a 5-game domestic winning streak, Liverpool have now beaten Villa 2-0 and they've just beaten Real Madrid 1-0. Saka sits at a 58% chance of a return. No attacking returns in his last 3, but with Gyökeres injured, I'm hoping Saka steps up and becomes the one to drag Arsenal through these games. Then we have Cunha and Mateta, both on 52%. Cunha plays Spurs away. Mateta has the M23 derby versus Brighton and is projected to score just over 30 points over the next 5 game weeks. Now moving on to transfers in. Mateta is one of the most transferred in players this week, same as game week 10. A home fixture to Brighton and strong fixtures beyond that are the reason why. The top 2 transfer players in this game week are Mateta and Rice. Together they've been transferred in over 650,000 times. Rice scored last week versus Burnley. That 1 goal alone triggered 348,000 transfers in. He now has 2 goals and 4 assists over the first 10 game weeks, and he's a cheaper alternative to Saka, where they both share set pieces. Caicedo also rose in price. He grabbed an assist in game week 10 versus Spurs and is now 6 million. With 3 goals, 1 assist, and 5 times hitting the defensive contribution points out of 10, can he sustain this level? I'm not so sure. And finally, João Pedro. After being the biggest transfer out last week, he's now the 6th most transferred player in game week 11. Some managers must have done a complete U-turn. Be honest, are you one of those managers? Let me know in the comments. And now for transfers out. Kudus is the most transferred out player, followed by Reinders. Both look great at early picks. Kudus delivered 1 goal, 5 assists in his first 7 games, but has now blanked for the 3 straight matches and is yellow flagged. His underlying 0.29 expected goal involvement shows he was massively overperforming. Given the yellow flag, it's probably the right time to move him on. Gyökeres is also yellow flagged. He's been transferred out by just under 200,000 managers, with Arteta admitting he's concerned about the injury from the Burnley match. Voltemade is next, with 173,000 managers selling him, but he's just started midweek versus Bilbao in the Champions League, which is always a positive. And with the fact that Newcastle don't have many options up front, I can't see Voltemade being dropped in the Premier League. Yes, the West Ham substitution was strange, but if I owned him, I'd hold. Richarlison is still being sold, and honestly, it's surprising anyone still owns him. He hasn't played a full 45 minutes since game week 7. And then we got Van Dijk. He's been transferred out despite Liverpool's fixtures improving from game week 12. 2 clean sheets in a row, Villa and then Madrid. I'd think twice about selling Liverpool defenders. I'm planning on bringing one in myself, depending on the budget. Now we've got the next section, which is clean sheets. Arsenal lead the clean sheets odds this week. They face Sunderland away at the Stadium of Light. Arsenal haven't conceded in 8 straight matches, have allowed just 3 goals all season, and the bookies are giving them a 48% chance of a clean sheet. Sunderland generate only 0.95 expected goals per 90, so could this be 9 clean sheets in a row for Arsenal? Chelsea are second, 44% clean sheet probability versus Wolves, a clean sheet in game week 10 versus Spurs, and Wolves have scored only 7 goals all season, creating just one big chance per game. Aside from those two, there's not many standouts this week. I'm not expecting a lot of defensive points, honestly, apart from maybe Arsenal. And finally, moving on to the captaincy picks. Haaland leads predicted points for game week 11 with 7.9 points expected. It'll be interesting to find out if Liverpool have actually improved defensively against their league's informed striker. This will be the game to find out. Second is Mateta, 6.3 predicted points. He has 3 goals in 8 appearances versus Brighton, which includes their last home meeting. He scored a brilliant goal with his left foot top corner. Let's hope he can do the same again. And then Gabriel, 8 returns in 10 matches, either a goal, assist or clean sheet. Is anyone brave enough to captain a defender? And that's it for Fantasy Focus Game Week 11. If you missed the Game Week 11 top picks, the video is linked somewhere right now. And if you want to see my team selection, transfers and captain, that's coming in the next few days. Thank you for watching Fantasy Focus. If you found this video useful, even just one stat, let me know in the comments below. And finally, don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss upcoming episodes and future FPL content. Green arrows and enjoy the football. Thanks for watching.